Everybody, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tammy Talks, or welcome if you are brand new to the channel. We are here today because we have finally made it through the past, God, however many weeks of Married at First Sight, and it is decision day, y'all. So, this is Married at First Sight, season 13, episode 17, Down and Dirty Decision Day. Let's get into it. Before we get started, if you are brand new to my channel or if you are just coming back because you have been rocking with me each and every week and you still have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up the video as usual. Let's jump down in the comments, y'all, because we got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. So let's start with Zach and Michaela. Let's just go ahead and get them out the way first, right? Okay, so Michaela was asked what was her version of marriage. She said that her version of marriage was like a learning curve to her. You know, they went through ups, they went through downs, they learned more about themselves as people, more about themselves as a couple, you know, what they excel at, what is a hindrance to them. But she said that she takes it all in stride and she's like super pleased with kind of how the journey went. And I'm like, okay. So they asked Zach, what were some of the high points in the marriage? Zach pulls out a sheet of paper, unfolds it, shakes it, and they're like, what is going on here? And Zach said this is, what they asked for. So he reads this paper and talks about how Michaela is a good person and she makes him laugh and he's learned so much from her. And even through all the highs and lows, he hopes that this experience does not change the way that she views herself, does not change the way that she is as a person. He wants her to stay true to herself throughout everything. And then he said that today is a new beginning for them. Today, decision day, is the first day of the rest of their lives because now they've put the process, the experiment behind them, and they can now move forward. And he ends the letter by saying that Michaela has shown him love and he can confidently say he loves her back. And he said that he can say that in confidence because she must be crazy. You know what he said? He said that she's either crazy or she really loves him. And I said, oh, it's both. Zach, that's cute of you, but it's definitely both with Michaela. So then Zach starts to cry. And I'm like, what is going on? So Zach starts crying because he wants to thank he wants to thank Lifetime and the production staff and the producers and the experts for giving him the opportunity. Because he remembers the first day he walked into that room and he met them people. I said, Zach, stop it. Absolutely not, good sir. Stop it. Zach came out with all the stunts and shows, the smoke and mirrors, anything else you want to call it. Zach came and said, I'm going to be on Bud today because I want to look like the good guy to the public. But it's too late. So Michaela said that, so Michaela starts tearing up, and then Zach says that she, aside from his mother, mind you, only his mother, she is the most amazing person that he has ever met. And I said, Zach, stop it. You don't have to do all this. You don't have to do these extra stunts and and shows with her. Stop it. So then Dr. Viviana, because I was looking at the camera like this, looking at my TV. The entire time. I had my drink and I'm like, what is going on? So Dr. Viviana asked a question that everybody asked on Twitter. What is happening? Because what we saw these past, however, 3 months that this has been on TV, and they said, well, they saw the footage is very, very different. Very different than what they're talking about now. Because now they're doing a bunch of oh, I love you and you're perfect and you're this and you're that. Like, get to the real, because you said that Michaela had a character flaw in the way that she handles conflict. You said y'all had a fundamental difference in the way that you were able to handle conflict. Let's talk about that. Let's get to it. So, Michaela said that she has learned that Hurricane K reactions, her knee jerk reactions, are simply not okay. And when she brought that up, Zach was kind of side eyeing her, like, no, the hell they are not. So, I do want to say this. One thing that I feel that the experts have not done a good job of, with decision day for all five of the couples, for one, but for Zach and Michaela, they didn't put their feet to the fire. So I feel like the couples, even though we're trying to move past what happened with Michaela at the couples trip, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that Michaela basically told him to leave. Let's talk about the fact that Zach dragged his feet in leaving and kept going back and forth when Michaela is like, you didn't remove yourself from the situation. You know what I mean? So I didn't like the fact that they weren't holding them to it. Let's talk about why Zach has run at every argument. Let's talk about why Michaela continually moved out. Let's talk about these things with them so that ultimately, if a couple does choose to divorce, they can go into their next relationship understanding and knowing what the hell is wrong with them. And I feel like the experts, like this entire season has been more about um reactions and getting ratings and getting views. I mean, you see that they're like putting out two seasons a year at this point, but whatever. So we get to it, and let's say, how are we going to vote? Yes or no? Okay. What are we going to do? Michaela. Michaela says she wants to stay married and see where this thing goes. Let's see what happens when the cameras are gone. Let's see. Let's get to it, because we know that some couples do work out better when the cameras are gone. Miles and Karen, I think, are a prime example of a couple that I was screaming for Miles to free yourself, sir, but they're still together and they seem to be doing very, very good together. So Michaela wants to stay together. Zach wants a divorce. And it was crazy because Zach didn't even really think about it, y'all. They was like, all right, Michaela said she wants to stay married, boom, boom. And then Zach was like, yeah, I want to get a divorce. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. Zach was not going to stay married to her. So Zach said he wanted to get a divorce. And he said, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And he said he wants to divorce from the past 8 weeks. And I said, here we go with this bull. So I thought that Zach was going to be like, okay, let's divorce from the past 8 weeks, but I want to stay married to you. No, Zach said he wants to divorce from the last 8 weeks, but he wants to work on them as a couple. Oops. Sorry. But he wants to work on them as a couple, right? And then Pastor Callan were looking like, what? What is going on? So Zach said, it's not easy to just say, I want to say yes, and then we start doing this. And then this is where Zach starts getting everybody in the room effed up. So Zach said it's not as easy to decide on what to do, because it's not easy for him to say, let's stay together and then let's pick out an apartment and then let's talk about different marital issues we had on this part. Let's work on therapy, let's work on counseling. That's a lot for Zach. Okay, that's too much. So Zach wants to divorce. So he wants to divorce from the past 8 weeks but he wants to start dating her fresh. So Pastor Cal was like, no, that's not how this works. Do you want to say yes or do you want to say no? So Zach said this is mind-boggling. And I'm like, what is mind-boggling? My guy, no means no. And yes means yes. It's not rocket science. It's not hard at all. But according to Zach, it is. So then Pastor Cal is over it. And Pastor Cal is over it because he take them glasses off. And because that's what I was doing too. What is going on, Zach? Come on now. So Michaela flat out asks Zach, "Do you want to stay married to me?" Zach says no, because if he says yes, then he can't divorce the past. And I said, Zach woke up and chose violence. Zach woke up and chose stupidity. Zach woke up and came into that meeting and said, "I'm going to talk in circles and see and throw a bunch of shit against the wall, and then I'm going to see what sticks." So then all the experts were like, "No, no, 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 no." And Pastor Cal kept telling him, "No is very definite. It should be. No is very definite. I do not want to be with you. I don't." That's what no means. So it is weird. So then Michaela, you can see the anger. You can see Hurricane K, you know? Tropical depression, tropical storm, category 1. Like it's building, but she kind of maintains her composure. And then Zach is like, "So what do y'all want? Do y'all want me to say yes?" And everybody is like, "No, we want you to say what you feel." So Michaela tells him, "I want you to say exactly what you mean." And then Zach was like, "I want a divorce." So Michaela's like, "You said your answer, and that's fine. That's it." So Zach is like baffled, like he's almost pissed that Michaela does not want him to stay. Zach is pissed that Michaela does not want to get a divorce so that they can date, so that he can see other women, so he can see other women and play around and do all this other stuff that he wants to do without having to commit fully to her. Because what Zach wants is to be able to say, "Yeah, we're going to get a divorce, okay? We'll get a divorce, but I'll say that we'll date and we'll work on ourselves. Meanwhile, the next moment that she does something or says something that he does not like, he is going to ghost her. He is going to leave because in his eyes, we're no longer tied together." That's what he means. Zach isn't thinking about, let's see what happens when the cameras are off. He's not thinking about that. Zach is thinking about the fact that if they get this divorce, the next time she slips up, and Hurricane K comes out, or Hurricane K even slips out a little bit, he's going to be able to run for the hills and not have to and look back and not have to really take any accountability. So Zach, like gets up in a tizzy. He runs out. He's outside and he is like, I think Michaela forgot what I said. We've discussed this. I said what I said. I don't understand why she doesn't. I don't get why no one understands what I mean. No. And it's like, don't explain it no more. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it because you sound stupid. So they decide to divorce. Later at the end of the episode, when we see all the couples, they always do the little refresher. Let's all get together. Let's all find out who said yes, who said no. Y'all know who said what. Because let's not act like y'all ain't been texting each other and calling each other, whatever. So come to find out, they're sitting around the table, and Michaela is like, "Well, I said yes, but Zach said no." And then Zach was like, "Yeah, because I said no because no to the past, but we can work together now." So and it's like. And like Brett said it best. Brett said, "Look, even if we are confused and we get a whiplash because we don't know which way y'all are moving, that's up to y'all. And if y'all okay with it, if y'all are okay with it, that's on y'all." So Michaela kind of says at the end that after she is calmed down, she is willing to go along with Zach's foolish plan of let's see what happens. Let's try to work on us and see what goes on and see what happens. And if it works out, then it works out. If it's not going to work. We see next week on the reunion, I think it's part 1 of their reunion, that Zach and Michaela is saying that Zach never cared about her. He played her. He ghosted her. Whole lot of stuff. And then we see Bao kind of hint, I think me and Zach me and Zach are just best friends too. And I'm like, oh yeah? Okay. The reunion's going to be a fool. I can tell you that now. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. You don't want to miss the videos from next week. You don't want to miss the videos from the rest of the couples that are still coming tonight. So hit the subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoyed the content, and jump down in the comments, y'all. Does the Zach's roundabout way make sense to y'all? Are you guys shocked? Did you guys think that they were both going to say yes? Did you think they would both say no? Or did you know this is exactly how it would go to plan? Let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next one.